Okay, awesome. So tonight I wanted to kind of go over how to market your business on social media. I think this is a big one for pretty much our whole team, right? Everybody is, well, not everybody, but I'm having a lot of people come to me and they're confused on really how to work their business via social media. And that's, completely understandable, especially if somebody is new, um, or, if somebody is not exactly been in the industry of using social media. So it's completely understandable. If you guys, I don't know, Rita, if you have anybody that you want to invite to this training, by all means, feel free. And Chris, I don't know if you have any business partners yet. I don't remember.
I don't.
No. Okay.
Shoppers.
Okay.
Yeah, the only one that I have at this point is Mary Krause.
Okay.
And really, I don't know what's happening with her yet. So.
Right. Okay. Oh, and I'll talk to you about that after. Okay, so let's just kind of go back. I've done other trainings like this for the team. So, but this is a good refresher. So let's just go back to the basics for a minute, okay? Imagine yourself, and Crystal, you're pretty new. Rita, you've been around for as long as I have. So just imagine that everything is brand new, okay? And for anybody who's watching the replay, imagine that everything is just brand new, okay? And what you are really thriving on is your excitement. And that is something that is not necessarily teachable. Excitement, in my opinion, is something that just evolves when you are genuinely excited about something. So, if you are just genuinely being passionate about what it is that you're doing, it's like the law of attraction, okay? So if you are being genuine and you are approaching people, you're posting on Facebook, you're meeting people in the community, and you're just having an everyday conversation with somebody, and you then approach them and you're just being authentic and you're sharing with your passion, you're not going to come off salesy. So I need you guys to just get that out of your head. I don't want to be too salesy. Just talk from your heart, and I promise the rest will follow. Now, when it comes to social media, okay, we ultimately need to find our target market. So one thing I need everybody to understand is everybody is not your prospect. Everybody out there, I'm going to say that again, everybody out there is not your prospect, okay? There are going to be people, I've personally done it, there are going to be people that you're going to talk to, and I've shown this example many times. Where is it at? Where I have my contact list, right? And I've got an X through somebody's name. And that is okay. I don't want to do business with that person. I'm not going to approach them. And the way that I got people onto my contact list and the way that I get people on my contact list, I will go over. But we need to focus on who our target market is. Who is your target audience? Well, obviously, we're all in Melaleuca together, so our target market is anybody who brushes their hair, washes their teeth, cleans their toilet, pretty much anybody who lives and breathes, okay? So our target market is very broad. I've heard this saying before that everybody out there is a Melaleuca shopper. They just don't know it yet. Because everybody out there is already buying these products somewhere, but they just don't know about Melaleuca yet. Okay? So we, as business partners, it is our duty to, and oh my gosh, I could just kick myself in the rear sometimes, because there has been people that I have seen posting about Melaleuca, and I'm like, ah, they were on my chicken list, and now look, they are like, there was this one lady, she's like director 6 now, and I'm like, oh, if only I would have gotten over my fear, right? So we need to figure out who our target market is. Our target market is pretty much everybody. Now, when it comes to social media, though, we have to kind of bring it in a little bit. And we need our followers, the people who are in our organization with, or I mean, not our organization, the people who are within our community on social media, they need to know, like, and trust you. That is where it starts, okay? If they do not know, like, and trust you, you are not going to get a sale. You are not going to get a business partner. You are not going to get a new happy shopper. I know Ray Higgins sometimes talks about just like going out there and doing mass approaches and just saying, hey, I've started this new gig, basically. Would you be open to looking at, some more information? And I personally don't agree with that approach, but it's worked for him. It's worked for a lot of people that he works with. That is one way that you can approach people. You can always go out there and just hit a bunch of people in one day. And I would do like 50 or 60 if you were going to do this approach like daily, because you're not going to get much in return. Just mass email people and message them and just ask them if they're open to a new business opportunity. I get messages like that all the time and I blow them off. So it's not the ideal way to do it. You want people to know, like, and trust you before you even do the approach, okay? Now, how do you get people to know, like, and trust you? Well, it's going to make you a little bit vulnerable. It's going to make you a little bit out of your comfort zone, probably, because it's I remember 6 years ago when I was with my very first network marketing company, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm doing everything within my power, but why is it taking me 2 years to reach leadership status? And the lady that was coaching me, she told me, she's like, you're not putting yourself out there on social media. You are not showing people who you are. You're not showing people that you're a real person, that you're a real woman with flaws and with a family, and you go on vacation and, or whatever. You go to the store, whatever, okay? And sure enough, I took that piece of advice and I started talking about my family structure, my family life, and posting pictures. And then things started to turn around. So, telling stories. You guys see me tell stories all the time on social media, all the time. I'm always telling a story. My stories shift depending on what's going on in my life. Like right now, I'm fixated on celiac, and autoimmune disorders. But I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing my journey. I'm sharing what's going on in my life.
Heather, I was going to ask you something about that, because I don't know if you noticed or not, and the issues that I've had, and I've been sharing a lot of that, and I just wanted to, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Am I telling too much or not enough?
Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Since I've been so sick, I haven't seen I've been doing a lot of sleeping. I pretty much only wake up for you guys when I get a message like, can you get on a virtual tour or whatever? I'm like, And I'm in bed, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But then I get on here and I put a smile on my face, you know.
Right.
So I will go and I will check out your videos and I will definitely give you an answer. I have a very good feeling I know where these videos are going based on knowing what's going on in your life. Just keep it tasteful is all I could say.
Right.
Okay.
And I think I have.
Okay.
I have.
Okay. Yeah. I think as long as you keep it tasteful and, you know, just I'll look at what you've been talking about and then we can go from there. But yeah, just keep it tasteful. Don't give, you know, maybe too many details, but paint the picture for everybody of what's going on in your life.
Right.
Absolutely. You know, and because I'm telling people love stories. They love stories. They love to know that you are a real person because I'm telling you guys, people buy people. They don't buy products. That has been my saying for 6 years now. They don't buy product. They don't sell into the business. You know, I'm a prime example. I have followed before my Melaleuca flag plantation. I was following a lady and I joined a company just because she joined the company, and it ended up being the biggest flop ever. Like I lasted a month because she ended up being like the biggest hot mess ever. So, you know, but the point is I was following this lady. I really admired her. And so I went where she went. And in my 6 years, I have a lot of people who have jumped with me wherever my journeys have led. I thought my flag was planted with my very first company, but things happened. Their values just weren't the same as mine. My eyes were very closed. I didn't see it. My husband told me for the whole 2 years I was with them, this is not the place for you. These people are horrible. And then I finally seen it for myself and I left. And then it wasn't until literally December 2016 when I planted my flag with Melaleuca, and now this is I'm not going anywhere. So, and I've never felt that way other than the very first company, but I could not stay there. So, but anyways, so, you know, get people to know, like, and trust you. If you, and this is kind of what Crystal and I talked about a little bit earlier today, if you have, you know, if you have people on your, if you have people on your Facebook or your Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, and you're nervous about posting stuff because of who might be on there, listen, I hate Facebook. I hate it. I truly hate Facebook. I started Facebook and I deleted it. And I started it and I deleted it in the beginning when MySpace was popular. I'm like, I'm staying in MySpace. And I only started with Facebook when I seen the big picture back when I had my own little consignment shop out of my house. And that was very successful. And that's where I learned how to network with people. And that's when I found the power of social media and the tools at my fingertips. But other than that, I hate Facebook. I have like no family on my Facebook because they started on there, but then they got too nosy and they started making comments about my posts. And I'm like, all right, bye. And I deleted them because this is my playground to make money for my family. And if somebody can't respect that, in my opinion, they've got to go. You could still be family, but if they don't respect your opinions, then they've got to go, or you could create another Facebook account just for family and friends that don't appreciate what it is that you are sharing on your social media platforms. Because, you know, sometimes I would tell stories and my family would be like, Heather, why are you talking about that? Or like my aunt would take it into a completely different concept of what I was saying. You know, sometimes I talk about when I grew up and like how poor we were, and that how I know what it's like to be like literally living in a studio apartment and hiding in the bathroom as a teenager just to get some alone time. And I share those stories so people can resonate with me as a person. But then my aunt is running my mom saying I'm talking bad about her. I'm like, all right, you gotta go. You gotta get off my Facebook, because you don't even know the first part of why I'm saying what I'm saying. You know, not that I'm talking bad about my mom. I want people to relate to me. So law of attraction, okay? When what you guys put out there is what you're gonna get back. So, you know, I don't share a lot of savvy stories. I share them maybe once or twice a year. And because I don't want savvy type of people to be in my network, right? I want people who are more uplifting, upbeat, and that's where when I talked about who is your target market. Yeah, our target market is everybody who lives and breathes, because everybody is a Melaleuca shopper, but they just don't know it yet. However, we still need to bring it together, okay? I've shown you guys before, and I'll do it again. I've shown you in a different video where what you want to do is you want to figure out your own personal traits, your own personal qualities. Just trying to find a piece of paper. Okay, so you just draw a big circle, and then you got a bunch of legs coming out of the circle with a bunch of empty slots. Okay. Well, then you fill in the slots. Who are you? What do you like? Well, I'm a mom. I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I'm just going to put Jiu-Jitsu. I love networking, so on and so forth. I love to bake. I love to cook. I love to sew. I love to, I love to garden. You guys see my garden. It's like a community-sized garden. I love to swim. Okay, so here are just some of my traits, because this is what I like. Those are the type of people that you are going to attract back to you, because what you put out there is what you're going to bring in. So if you are talking about nothing but sob stories all day long, and how the world isn't fair, and you're so broke, and this and that, well then, one, people aren't going to think that you are an authority figure within your industry, because you're talking about how broke you are. But if you're talking about, other things like the kids and I went to the park today, or, like I posted in my Facebook stories, Paige got 100% on, she had sight words. She got 100% on 100 sight words. She knew every single one. So I posted that, things like that, things that are positive in your life. And that doesn't mean, that you have to have a bunch of money and you're going to go and post about all these extravagant things that you've done. You don't have to, it doesn't have to go there. Okay. Just try to be as positive as possible on social media. Now, you might be like, but Heather, you're constantly complaining about how sick you are. Well, I am sharing my story about my personal issues that are going on, but I also still incorporate positive things, if you guys are following where I'm trying to go with this. So all of this is what is going to get your followers to know, like, and trust you. And the people who can resonate with you, I've said it before, when you give somebody an aha moment, you've got a follower for life. Hey, Nicole. So, you know, when you can literally give somebody an aha moment, that is when you will have a follower for life. And I can testify to that because I have had so many people in my almost 7 years now of network marketing tell me, even Susan, she's one of our newer business partners. She had been following me for 6 years, and she finally signed up to be a business partner when I started with Melaleuca. She had been following me for that long. So you're going to attract what you put out there. So always remember the law of attraction, okay? That is going to be the birth of your results, is the law of attraction. So there also has to be kind of like a trade-off between you and your prospect. Now, it's not conscious. Your prospect doesn't know you're doing this, but what you want, another way to get people to know, like, and trust you is to share value, okay? If you share value, like in our For the Love of Health group, every single day I have like 30 scheduled posts. One day I just sat down and just scheduled a whole month's worth of posts. So every single day we're sharing value in that group, okay? It's not, if you've noticed, it's not always a Melaleuca post. It's, you know, about chlorine bleach or ammonia or the recall on Tylenol, you know. So share value on your personal profile also. If you could do it through Facebook Live, that would be your absolute best option. If you're afraid of the camera, you can always turn the camera around and not have your face on there and still do a Facebook Live. You could even do an audio version of Facebook Live and not even have the camera on. I personally don't know how to do that, but I've seen other people do that. So basically, all of this that I've brought up so far is planting a seed. Now, if Jen was on here, she would be like shaking her head. Heather, you're going back to multi-level marketing. But I have to go there for a minute because you know what? Even though we are not a multi-level marketing company, we, in my opinion, some of those strategies are just the way it works, okay? And when it comes to planting a seed, that is developing the relationship, okay? So when you start talking to somebody, they need to go on your contact list, all right? Always have blank sheets in the back so you can continuously be adding people to your contact list. And that way you can keep following these people, you can comment on their posts, you can like their posts, they're gonna see you, that you keep showing up in their news feed. And then when you know you see the opportune moment to approach them because you're looking for a need, then you can approach them. And you've got notes about them here based on things they've been posting, reasons why you think about them and why Melaleuca would be good for them. So make sure you're creating that contact list and you're keeping it fresh. And then, you know, when you're approaching somebody, you just want to be authentic. And I'll go over a little bit of verbiage with you at the end. Another way to set yourself apart from others is creating your own images, guys. With Facebook stories, it's so easy now to create your own image. With Snapchat, take a Snapchat picture with a filter. And in my opinion, you don't want like those real crazy ones. I don't know. Those personally drive me crazy. But go with a more neutral Snapchat filter, upload it to your stories, edit it there, add some stickers to it, and post it on your social media account with verbiage on what is that picture representing. People want to hear stories. They want to know what's going on in your life, but they don't want to just look at a boring picture. This is old school information right here. I mean, this goes back to the basics, okay? And I know Sandy Krakowski had to have taught you that, because I know she taught me that like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want your images to stand out. You want to stand out amongst the crowd. And the way you're going to do that is by telling your story, by sharing your journey, no matter what your journey is, and creating your own images. You can use Canva, Canva, that's on the computer. There's a free version, Canva. I don't use it all the time, but when I do, it makes really pretty pictures. You could use your phone and use PixArt, WordSwag, and then again, or you could just use Snapchat and Facebook stories to create an image. That's probably the #1 way I do it anymore, either with WordSwag or Snapchat and Facebook stories. Now, no matter what technique you pick up out of this training, okay, guys, the ultimate thing that will matter no matter what you pick up out of this is the fact that trust has to be built between you and your prospect before they are going to accept the invitation to confirm their account. You know, I know Crystal was following me for a long time, and Nicole, I didn't personally enroll you. Holly did. Holly fell off, and that's how I became your personal enrollee. And Rita with me since the beginning.
Yeah, you enrolled me.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And I don't know, were you following me prior to that, or did you just see something I posted?
Yeah, no, Heather, I was following with your social media training and stuff. Remember, I was in your
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
Long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was following forever.
Yeah, I know.
And then there was the tub and tile, and I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I'm like, I just have to do it. I just can't. I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Heather, can I put in a little input here real quick?
Absolutely.
Since we've got Crystal on here, who is kind of new.
Sure.
You know, basically, your attraction, there's going to be attraction marketing. Heather already said that, okay? Your attraction is not necessarily going to be your products.
Right.
Okay? Your attraction is going to be you. Your life, what's going on in your life, if you have kids, you know, all of that. Now, what you can do, and Heather named some great apps to use, you know, for making the, oh gosh, I can't, pictures. I call them pictures because I can never think of the name of it. But anyway, for making your pictures and stuff to post on Facebook, okay? But you can also take a picture of your family or do a video of your family and you, or whatever you like to do, and you can have your products in the background. And, you know, a lot of people, and a lot of us don't realize this, and I didn't realize this until Michelle, who me and Heather are both following right now. I saw she was doing a video, and I saw a pack of our mints sitting on her counter. And that, you know, not everybody's going to notice that, but some people are going to pick up on that, and they're going to think, what is that? Okay? And they may ask you a question, you know, and then you get the opportunity to message that person because they're interested in not only you, but the product that they saw and that curiosity, the curiosity. And I'm pretty sure Heather was going to get into that, but I just wanted to throw that in there.
No, actually, I wasn't going to talk about that, so thank you. I didn't even think about that. So, like the putting the image, putting things in the background. Like I always have my banner in the background.
You have your Renew back there.
Huh?
It's sitting. Your Renew is back there sitting
Yeah.
on the table. But see,
Yeah.
I know that stuff from Posh. So
Yeah.
I used to just take, even if it was a picture and the logo was there, it didn't have nothing to do with Posh, but there was something. So there was a representation. So somebody could say, "Oh, I'm with the company," or we could talk or spark a conversation, or however things would happen for me. But it's something that I chose to push to the side.
Now, see, I've got Melaleuca all over the place. It's on my porch. It sits behind me on my porch. It sits on the sidewall on my porch. It's all over my counters. It's in my you come to my house and all you see is Melaleuca.
Now, Heather, you want to know, are we allowed to do like a separate, not a Melaleuca page, but can we do like a business, like health and fitness page or something like that, and like blog ourselves every day?
Absolutely. And that is something that I didn't want to bring up yet because I'm not quite there yet. No, you're fine. Something that I'm personally going to start giving as a tool for our team. But yes, you can create your own Facebook page where you're just providing value. Like our For the Love of Health group, you could create a group or you could create a page and you can just share value on there. But I don't believe that we can have a Melaleuca page. And I know that's not where you were wanting to go with that.
No, I definitely wasn't going to have any part of the brand in there because I know none of that can be. And that's why I told you I know I was struggling. But I don't want my news feed just to be plugged up. And I don't want to take over and just post my kids every day because it's not something I do on the norm, and I don't want people to pick up on that, like, oh, all of a sudden she's doing these things that she wasn't doing, because I'm a person that takes notice of these things.
I can actually show you something, Crystal, that I did. And this is something that Heather hasn't done yet, and I don't know if she will eventually or not. But they do have a new thing. Facebook has a new thing where you can actually convert your timeline to a fan page. Okay, and it's kind of complicated, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing. But basically what it does is it brings the two together as one entity. Okay, all of your contacts come over to the fan page, which is a business page. There's also a blog section in there, but I don't know how to work that yet, and I was going to talk to Heather about that privately. But all of your contacts, all of your pictures come over there. Now, they're still on your timeline. So you have the two separate, but they're still one entity, if that makes sense.
It does, but I would want these to be separate. If I was to share on that page something of my family, I would want it to be like, my daughter and her boyfriend went hiking that day, she signed up today. So, that could be something that she posted, because I know she in her cart's the vitamins. So to say, oh, after day whatever, the vitamins helped, and, whatever. But it doesn't have to be in that particular post. She can say something like, taking vitamins really helped me climb compared to when I did 2 weeks ago, or something. I'm just trying to get my brain to motivate and do something, because Heather knows my issue with my Facebook page, and I've been removing people.
Good.
Trying to open up.
Okay, I understand.
Well, Crystal, in my opinion, just my personal opinion, I mean, you are more than welcome to do this however you want, but my personal opinion would still be to do what we talked about earlier.
I'm most definitely going.
But and then if you wanted to create a Facebook page, what I would personally do is utilize that Facebook page as sharing value. And we can absolutely, I could do it one-on-one with you, or we could do a team training on it. I don't know if a team training would be, I could do like a small private session for anybody who wants to know about it. But because like I have my own personal blog, you know, which I have not updated in forever, which I need to. And there are so many ways that you can link your personal page, not link it the way Rita was saying, which Rita, if you want to create a training on that and like do a visual, feel free and upload it in the file section, because I think that would be a great value. But
yeah, because just real quick, because the thing about that is that you're not going to lose anybody, and it really helps build your page really fast.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea of it.
Yeah, I would like to know how to do that. So definitely, when you get a chance, create a training on that. I would love to, and then just upload you would probably have to upload it to YouTube and then put the link to the YouTube into the file section. I mean, you could upload it directly to the group, but then it'll get lost in all the messages, so put it in the file section. But when I'm talking about linking your Facebook page with your personal page, I mean, like, you know, you can post all of your content about information that is going to be of value to your business page, and then like you could use like your Facebook stories and just take a little selfie and put on there what was your post for the day, and then put the name of your group on there, and or your Facebook page, and then that way people can know, oh, well, let me go check out her Facebook page. I do that sometimes, like if I'm doing a Facebook Live, I will post a selfie of me and I'll be like, I just talked about XYZ on Facebook Live, go check it out. So you can use Facebook stories, because that's like one of the newest up and coming things that a lot of people still look at. So you could utilize the Facebook stories, and we can to help build your business page also. And we can go over that in much greater detail if that's the route you want to take, or if that's the route somebody else wants to take. We could do a private training just on that. My husband needs to get in here soon, so I'm going to move on, if you guys don't mind. And then I just need you guys to realize, and most of you probably do, but remember, Rome wasn't built overnight, okay? So just, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there, especially if you're using social media. A lot of people over the years that I've met, sometimes they lose their enthusiasm within the first couple of weeks. And one of the things that I'm a firm believer on is, if you give yourself a deadline on when your following is going to be loyal, or when you're going to achieve a certain status or level or whatever, you're setting yourself up for failure. You can't shut that door right now. Shut the door right now. Hi, shut the door. So you can't give yourself like a deadline, and you need to be patient and give yourself a break, okay? For sure. Because like me personally, I am very hard on myself. Now, I want you guys to also realize, here are some ways that you can get people who are like-minded. Go and join Facebook groups that, remember when I talked about who am I? Here's all of my characteristics. Now you can go find a gardening group. I said gardening. I can go find a jujitsu group. I could find probably not a networking group because most of those are spammy. Find a mom group. I could find a swimming group, which I won't because I don't swim that often, especially with my knee now. But these other ones, I can find groups on those, and I am in some groups. I'm now in a bunch of celiac groups, which I'm very active in. You know, so you start developing relationships in there. And when you start developing relationships in there and you start talking to somebody, guess what? The very second you send them a friend request, they need to go on your contact list, okay? And you need to put down, where did you meet them? The very second you send them a friend request, okay? So the groups or other Facebook pages. It doesn't have to be a group. It could be a mom page of infants, because I know Crystal is going to be Crystal's not having a baby, but she's going to be having a baby in her life soon. So you could go find like some infant pages and talk to other women, you know, who have a newborn around. And the second you guys start chit-chatting and you guys start friend requesting each other, get them on the contact list. This is your goal. This is your
a group like that now, and I think I'm not, now that you just brought it up, I'm not utilizing these things the way that I should.
Yes.
And it's most definitely, remember I told you I deleted like 60 some odd, 70 some odd, because I couldn't remember, like, who are they?
Yeah, right?
Where did I meet them from and why did I add them?
Exactly.
So I was like a little, because my kids are on my page.
Right.
So that's a good suggestion to be like, okay, this is why I added them. This is where I met them. This is what we spoke about.
And I'm also going to try to find my video. I don't think I have it uploaded in my archives. I'm going to find my video tonight. I'm going to tag you in it where I show you how to make, unless you already know how to do it, Facebook lists, Facebook friend lists.
I watched, Heather, so that's the thing. I've watched probably 80% of your stuff.
So you already know how to do that?
Well, remember the exclusive club you had?
Yeah.
I was in that.
Uh-huh.
So I watched all the things in there.
Okay.
But
well, there's a new thing though with the stories and creating lists with that, and a few other different things that you may not be familiar with yet.
Did I mention that stuff in the video? Do you remember, Rita?
Yes, you didn't, a couple of them, but I'm not sure which ones.
Okay. Well, I'll find that video and I'll bump it up so you guys can see it. Okay. Now, okay, let's see. So, and then I want you guys to have in the back of your mind to be picky. Okay, be picky with who you are working with. Okay, if you know that this person wants to be a business builder, but you've been following them and this is like their 5th company they want to join in the past 6 months, I personally will have an X through their name and I will flat out let them know I don't think this is a good fit for you. That's me. Because, and this was one of the tips that, because corporate calls me once a month, and my regional, that was one of his pieces of advice, was to choose your audience very carefully, choose your business builders very carefully, because not everybody is a fit for this. So just be very aware of, that's another reason why your contact list is so important, because if you guys utilize the same pages that I use to make my contact list, there's a lot of room there for a lot of notes. So that would be one of my biggest tips also, because you can build a foundation, but you can also watch it crumble within a month. That's what happened to me when I first started Melaleuca. I built a large organization within my first month, and my organization was crumbling as fast as I could build it, because I was just letting every single person who was following me come and be part of my organization. And I kid you not, I enrolled maybe 15 people in my first month, and by the skin of my teeth, I made director too, because people were falling off as fast as they were coming on. So that is one of my biggest pieces of advice, is to make sure that you are interviewing your business partners, not by an actual interview where you're physically asking them questions, but your interview is you following them, you keeping track of what they talk about and their personality in your contact list, in your notes, and you putting an X through them the second your mind is telling you, I can't do business with this person. And then, you know, the people that you are like, I have to work with this person, they're just so awesome, they would be amazing for this. Well, you have the notes to back it up, and now you can tell them what you thought about them. So let's see. Oh, and then my very last thing that I wanted to say is, even though we've been talking a lot about attraction marketing, we've been talking a lot about, you know, creating a page, sharing our life, our stories, our journeys, we still have to make the approach. Okay. One of the videos that I just made, there was a lady who just joined us in the What If You Could group, and she was talking with Jen, and Jen made an announcement in one of the Voxer groups that I'm in about having 5 appointments on the books at all times. I made a video about it. I don't know if you all seen it, but having not having the goal each day of, okay, I'm going to approach 10 people. The goal for each day is, okay, I only have 3 appointments on the books, so I need to approach as many people as I have to get 2 more people on the books. Those could be the next 2 people you talk to. You're done for the day. And then, or you could take 20 people. It just depends on the day. And then when you have the appointment and you guys are done with the appointment, they are no longer on your book. So now you need to find 1 more person to fill another spot, because you need 5 at all times. I thought that was brilliant. That is something that I am personally working on, because my husband, he was like, you know, he always asks me, so how are you doing this month? And I'm like, oh, this month is I'm looking pretty pathetic this month because I'm so ill. But I do still make approaches. So my attraction marketing isn't up to game, I don't think, right now, but my approaches are still there. So when you make an approach, the first thing the person's going to do is they're going to go check out your Facebook page, and they're going to be like, what is this person, you know, up to, or where, you know, whatever. And that's where all of your posts come into play. And if you go back and you look at your posts and you look at your last 5 posts, would you want to do business with you? That's a big key aha moment I've heard one time, is just go look right now when you get off this, look at your last 5 posts. Look at those, evaluate them, think about you in somebody else's shoes. Would you want to do business with you based on your last 5 posts? So that's why, you know, what we put out there is what we're going to attract. That's really, really big. But so remember, we're in the business of making appointments, and that's really it. Okay, until you build an organization, you don't have to worry about being a leader right now. You just really need to worry about putting the blinders on, finding somebody with a need, setting the appointment, getting them on a virtual tour with me or somebody in the What If You Could group. Now, so say you see somebody, just to give you an example, say you see somebody who, and I already told you, I think this morning or this afternoon, Crystal, but so say you see somebody who has eczema, or their child has a diaper rash, or they are posting that they just started a new gym and they're looking for a good protein shake. Okay, great. Even if they're not on your contact list, okay? If they're on your contact list, great, because then you could tell them, oh, hey, this is why I was thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've been thinking about you for a while. This is why, based on your notes, blah, blah, blah. Because you want them to think that you actually know something about them. People like to talk about themselves. They like to be recognized by whatever it is they're posting. So you could, you know, or so whatever the approach is, you could just simply say something like, Sally, I know that you're probably, you know, thinking in your mind, wow, it's been forever since I've you know, it's been forever since you've talked to me. So I just, you know, want to throw that out there that I know this might be a little awkward to get a message from me since it's been 3 years since we spoke, but based on your notes, I've been really thinking about you lately because XYZ, based on your notes in your contact list. And then you've seen the post that she's looking for a new protein shake. And you can be like, you know what? And then I came across your post where you just started a new gym. Congratulations for you, by the way. You know, then if you have any gym stories, like, you know, I've been in the gym for XYZ, or I just started the gym to relate with them. And then you could just say, you know, and I noticed you were looking for a really good protein shake. Well, you know, you may not know this about me, but I actually work with a online wellness company based here in the United States out of Idaho Falls, and we specialize in good sports nutrition as well as living a toxin-free life. Be open to hearing more. And that's it. And you've made the approach. Mark it down on your notes that you made the approach and the date. That's what I do. And then look on your news feed for somebody else who has a need and approach them. And just approach as many people as you have to until you have 5 people on your books for appointments. And if you have 5 people on your books at all times, your business will grow very fast. That is really all that I had for tonight. Do you guys have any questions?
I think I'm good.
Nope, I'm good. I know when my computer comes back what I need to do. Okay. I need to park my butt in it and not get out of it for a couple of days.
Okay. You know, you can still make your contact list though on a scratch piece of paper as you're scrolling through your phone. So, and then when you get more organized, you can always then convert it over to a more organized system. But you can definitely still build your contact list.
Yeah, I just want to be able to pull research, and I want to be able to pull facts. I want to pull. There's so much that I can do that I'm not doing like that I've done before. And like I told you, because they're so different, I was concerned. And I don't think I need to be. I just need to circle around and find the way. And I'm just going to revisit some of the old trainings you did because you've given verbiage. And I'm going to type those verbiages up and break them down and tailor them to when I talk to somebody.
If you are more interested in my old way of teaching, back when I was teaching people in multi-level marketing, go and research my business, my website, because that's where I have all my old school training.
And that's exactly, Crystal, what a lot of us do is we take verbiage from other people and we make it our own. Heather's given me a lot. I've gotten a lot from Jen. I've gotten some from Molly,
It,
Paige.
sometimes that's the hardest part, is how to start out. And I did contact the lady. She did message me back, and all she said to me was, her sister-in-law was selling the products. Um, and I messaged her something back, but I haven't heard back to see like if she's still buying them or what. So that's where that situation is at.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would write her down on your contact list and write down some notes and follow up with her in a couple of days. And then after you followed up with her, maybe like 2, maybe 3 max, then just kind of put a note there to follow up with her in a month or 2.
Okay. But I did it. See, I didn't
I
want
know.
to.
I'm so proud of you. Very proud of you.
I appreciate it. And I have all my alarms changed and everything switched now.
Okay, good, because I know I was throwing you off with my stupid mess schedule, my thing. I had to turn them all off because I don't know how I got them all crazy, sending people messages at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh dear, I was so embarrassed when that happened.
Well, I didn't care. I just told you for other people because I know you have some shoppers and whatnot. It was more of a like a friend thing.
Heather, I actually think it's the app. I'm going to be honest. We might need to find a better app. I don't think it's anything you've done because I've had it happen to me.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a glitch in the app.
Okay. Yeah, I really like the app. I hope it's not the app, but yeah, I mean, if we could find a different one, we could definitely try it out because like I shut off all my notifications so they're not on auto run now, so I haven't had the issue. And then I just go in like Monday morning or Wednesday morning like today, and then I turn it back on and I edit it and I schedule it to go out, and it went out today at 8, or it was supposed to go out at 8 Central. Yeah. So I'm hoping that will fix the situation. But if not, then yeah, definitely gonna have to look for a different app because I love the idea of having pre-made messages already put in there.
Were you saying there was another lady that was using another app? You had talked about it, but you used the autoresponder. Isn't it basically the same?
There's a text messaging app out there. I think it's like SMS or something like that. That's ultimately what we're doing is just sending text messages. But what I don't like about that is that every time you want to send a message through that, I can never figure out when I'm sending a mass message. When I used to use it, I get people like, will you take me off this group chat? So they would send like group messages. And then it also, what else?
So it's more like a group message than it is an individual. Yeah, I like the individual better.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll look. I've got probably more time than you. You've got a lot going on, which I've got a lot going on too, but mine's more personal. Anyway, I'll take a look and see what I can find, and I'll play around with a few things.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. And then, yeah, if you could like do some kind of recording, maybe through Zoom or something, and just show us how to link the pages together, that'd be great. I know other people would be in.
I better make a note of that so I don't forget because I'm kind of scatterbrained right now.
Oh, that's okay. I added, it's heatherdarwish.com. I added it in the comments if you guys don't know what my website is. So I added it there. So if you want to go look out more of my old school trainings, I always tell everybody, if you are looking at my website and you're going in the blog section where all of my trainings, there's like years of trainings there. It's all based on multi-level marketing, which we are not. So take it, digest it, and use it in a compliant manner. So, but yeah, so all right, I will let you guys go because I know my husband needs to get in here. Unless you guys have any other questions.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys so much for getting on. I'll probably get this uploaded tomorrow in the archives, and then I'll look for that one video tonight, and I'll bump it up. Which
Okay.
video was it? It was.
You wanted to show me something with